Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm Claire Jones. If we haven't already met, I'm an author and small publisher committed to changing the world for the better through inclusive stories and practices, and I am jumping on today to continue my self-published author series. I almost named my other podcast, where I go over how to write, publish, and start selling your book in a year in 52 weeks. So if you're joining me, please like, comment, share below. Let us know that you're here. And today we're going to continue with your first editing week to make sure that we can prepare our second drafts for our editors and make sure everything's moving along on the timeline. So if you're interested in the full rundown of what I'm discussing, please check out my self-published author 52-week planner. All of the details can be at linktr.ee/clairjoyance. Can be found at linktr.ee/clairjoyance. I'm doing too many podcasts. I don't know who I am most days. So welcome to the ride. I'm glad to have you here. So also, welcome to your first editing week of the year. This is huge that we've moved on from the first draft and we're now polishing it to create the second draft and hand it over to our editors. So by now you should have this first draft nearly, if not completely finished and ready to edit. That's kind of the preliminary step that we need to handle there. And I want you to aim for at least an hour of editing, researching, etc. every day this week, or 7 hours total divided into multiple days. Whichever cadence or schedule works for you, do it, do you, boo. So review the 3 editing elements that I talked about last time and keep them in mind as you read through your manuscript through the reader's perspective. So you may be feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of the editing process. That's super normal. I hear this a lot. But I would encourage you to return to the Kaizen method that was discussed in week 9 or episode 9. And basically, what is the smallest, simplest step that you can do from this point forward? One of my favorite phrases is, anything worth doing is worth half-assing. Anything worth doing is worth half-assing. 10% is always going to be better than 0, and something is always better than nothing. So start with where you are and focus on making progress, no matter how small it seems. I just got off of a live with Matthew where we talked about writing 500 words a day. Whatever that smallest step is, just start making that step. You don't have to have the perfect first step to begin. You just need to start the process. Remember, you've got about 6 weeks to prepare the second draft for your editor based on the 52-week schedule that we're going over in this series. And I want you to simply put one foot in front of the other and eat the elephant one bite at a time. It's simple, small steps that we're focusing on here. If you feel the need to share your manuscript with your friends, family, colleagues, and other writers, I'm not going to discourage you. But this even may be enormously helpful for you, and I will issue a word of caution. There is such thing as too many cooks in the kitchen. Often I find that inviting too many perspectives into the creative process hinders more than helps. You don't want to get lost in the sea of other people's opinions, questioning everything you've written at every single turn. Be strategic and thoughtful when it comes to who you share your manuscript with. We want to make sure that our writing is an authentic reflection of us and not someone else. There will be multiple eyes on your book before we get to the publishing stage to make it as perfect as possible. So don't worry about that right now. Just focus on getting the editing done. We'll worry about making it perfect later on. This is just the second draft. We're going to go through 4 different drafts throughout the series. So don't worry about making everything perfect right now and sharing your manuscript with everyone you know, because we are still focused on an internal kind of lens when it comes to editing this at this stage. So that's pretty much it for today. The point is to take small bites, one step at a time. And if you're interested in learning more, please check out my comprehensive, almost 300-page self-published author 52-week planner. You can find all the details at linktr.ee/clairjoyance. And next time, I'll be jumping on to talk about your 4th self-check-in week to make sure that we can redirect if things have gone off track or praise if things are going according to plan. Because this is where it starts getting very complex and complicated, because we are going to start juggling multiple priorities at the same time, both editing our drafts as well as building our audiences. So you have to make sure that you have time, space, energy, and resources for both of those and not get too overwhelmed in the process, which is why the simple, small steps are very important at this stage. So in the meantime, please remember that you all have extraordinary stories inside of you, and I'm rooting for you as you use them to change the world for the better. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you on Friday.